Hey everybody, just wanted to give you a quick overview of the equipment I use to film everything. This is the rifle you're going to see a lot of times during daytime, shooting squirrels and rabbits, crows. This is the Brocock Bantam Sniper HR. Has a Huma regulator. This model. They have a newer model of the same gun with the lever action. This one has it has bolt action, which I'm kind of pointing at here. And I like it because it also has a lot of capacity in 177, which this gun is 177. Inside the air tank, I get probably 100 shots. I've actually never even tried to count it. It's over 70, I know that, out of one fill, up to, 200 bar, and going back down to like 115, which is what I think this regulator's set at. So here I've got an Aztec optics a scope. This is the Emerald. I think it's the only model they sell. This comes in two different ranges of magnification. This is the one that goes to was it 5.5 to 25 or something like that. It has parallax down to 10 yards, which is a feature I really require because sometimes the targets come in close. And while the optics on this scope are not top of the line, they're getting the job done. I'll talk about some video tips later, but when you're filming video, there are some compromises you're going to make with most any scope. Now, as you can see on the top here, I have put a Picatinny rail on the scope, and that's in case I want to switch this to a night roll, which is basically a white light or a green light, instead of using night vision. But I'll show you what I typically use for night shooting here next after this gun. I have the Donnie FL Sumo, and then these Atlas bipods. Now, going back to that Picatinny rail on the scope there, this is how you would turn it into a night shooting device, a night shooting tool. It's just to mount this right here and just shine the light down range. I really like these bipods. I'm not really partial to this brand. I've used some other brand as well, but these things are pretty lightweight and they work great. I have two of them, and I got one from the other competing model that's made in USA. So yeah, that's generally my setup. I really like this Eagle Vision filming system. Eagle Vision pretty much is the top of the line when it comes to filming through the scope during the daytime. Their system just removes completely without any external mounts onto the scope itself. Basically, you screw this ring here to remove and place it back on your scope, and then the removal of the camera in case you need to change batteries or just look at some footage is really simple. It has this door here that slides down from the top, and obviously that detent ball that holds it really perfectly. I mean, this is just, you can tune it exactly how you want. You can cant this onto there how you want. The eyepiece is just perfect. Doesn't bother your eyes, but it bends just enough up against your eye not to bother you. So I highly recommend that for filming during the daytime. So on the power level there, I just keep it maxed out. I have a factory tune, and it shoots the Barracuda Hunter Extremes at about 900 to 915 feet per second. As far as the stock, I don't really, it doesn't really look pretty. However, it does have some, how do you call it, orange kind of peel. Not quite an orange peel everywhere, but in certain areas of touch where you get a good grip. And it doesn't feel like you would compromise anything in wet weather either. It feels like it would work just as well. Would I take a wood stock? Sure, why not? But they didn't make them for these rifles back when I purchased this, I believe, about 18 months ago, almost 2 years ago. So I highly recommend the later models of this with the lever action. Why not? Let me back up here. This is the FX Wildcat Mk3 sniper version with the 700mm barrel. I really like this gun, and it actually has. At first, I was really skeptical of it. Let's look at the other side too. So I have the Downey FL here, Ronin, on the front, and that keeps it pretty dang quiet. You pretty much hear the action going off whenever you shoot this gun. I have the same bipod, Atlas bipod, as I have in my other gun. Like I said, I do have other models that swivel and do other things, but whatever, I'm not going to dwell on that. I really like those, though. They're pretty small, they extend well, and you get a lot of versatility out of them. I did buy this magazine holder on eBay. It holds 2 magazines. There's only one there. There's 1 magazine in the gun. So I'm going to unload it now. This side lever action on this gun is really smooth. This is how it looks when you might want to transport it. So I think I'm getting a full magazine out of this before I refill most of the time. Anyway, this air gun is really highly recommended by me. You know, a lot of people were hot on FX air guns. I see why, but I'm not a disciple or a follower. I would sell this gun and try something else. I'm looking at the Uragan 30, and you know, that's something that I think is competing with the FX brand in this area. I think a lot of people have been looking at that Uragan in the past year. So since it kind of made the headlines in the air gun industry. Anyway, these are my 2 main guns, which you're seeing filmed on my channel up to this date. I do have one more gun that's not in this video, but well, heck, I'll just put it in this video. I haven't modified this gun at all, other than putting this Picatinny rail on the bottom. I did add this 3D printed kind of barrel band sort of thing, and then I found this piece of rubber band to keep it in place. Otherwise, it slides everywhere. But I use that just to keep the barrel kind of consistent, although it's actually the barrel shroud there. Happy with the gun. I would like to have some time to like walk around through the forest with this gun. I think I'd really excel at that. So because it's so lightweight and ergonomic, I really do like the stock. It's really got a nice soft touch feel. The gun, you know, if I was to change at least one thing, I would make these guns so you couldn't accidentally double load the barrel. I'm using a different light on this than what was supplied with this X-Sight. This is an O-Light brand, and it's far superior for shining light in close range. Let's see if I can zero in on that. Sorry, let me try. That's the model right there. Now, let's go back to the gun. This light is actually better than the one that came with this. Let me show you the light that was supplied with this as some kind of bonus. It's the one that they supply with this scope is far too powerful. Even when you turn it down, this is ATN's brand. I mean, it's great. You can mount it anywhere there's a Picatinny rail, because this comes with it, and it has a lot of battery life. But the problem is, I'm shooting a lot of times within 20 yards, and this smaller light seems to be much more appropriate. I don't regret having that extra light, though. I just wanted to pass on that tip for you. All right, here's my JSAR Raptor in 22. Man, I almost wish I got a 30 in this thing. This gun is really nice. I get a lot of shots out of that bottle. That's the extended bottle. I've just put these camo covers over the barrel in that bottle. I bought those online from some guy in Texas. I can't remember who it was, but thanks, dude. Fit perfectly. And this one I have the Accu-Tac bipod that swivels and cants really nicely. It's really great if you've got a target that's moving quite a bit. You know, like a coyote or something. I really like this extend. I'm not going to go into the bipods too much. I'm just showing you that I'm looking at all models and I consider everything here. And after experience, I can tell you those are good. This Airgun's really light it's just particularly long. So it would be one of the lightest Airguns you'll find out there. It's just extra long, and the barrel apparently, there's some YouTube video where you can like pick these guns up by the barrel and it doesn't really impact the next shot you took. It doesn't really impact your zero at all. I have the Donnie FL Sumo. Like I said, again, this is a 22. I have the Element Optics Helix. I think this is like a 25 power scope. And on this one, I have, I'll just turn it around for you guys. The side shot filming system camera is the GoPro Hero 7. So this is just a daytime setup. I'll use it on squirrels or any coons that I see in the day. I just like having a 22 because you can still shoot 100 yards with this particular gun, because it's kind of a, you can, for example, I have it shooting JSB Hades at 997 feet per second. So I can basically have good, good accuracy with that. But if I want to shoot long distance, I'm going to bust out the slugs. All right, we're back with the magazines. These are not the factory magazines, and I'll kind of go over that. This is CARM magazines. Let me focus. Okay, they make a nice product. So let me focus back on the gun. Yeah, when I got this gun, JSAR shipped it from Oregon, and I ordered 2 magazines, but one came, and it basically didn't really work from the get-go. I don't know if they ever tested it, or I can't tell you the story on it, but they didn't back their product, and they didn't send me a second magazine. So it's 11 months later now, and I still never received my second magazine. I sent them at least 30 emails, and they just keep saying, we're redesigning the new magazines. So I just don't believe they're coming out with a magazine. The magazines, I don't have it here, I threw it away, but they were made out of aluminum, and they're probably expensive to make. It's 2021 November, and aluminum's getting more expensive. So I think that was a mistake. I did tell them that CARM Magazines was able to provide me with the magazine for the gun. Thank you. I totally endorse CARM Magazines. So the magazine loads from this side, just like that. I'm not going to actually load around. But this gun is really, it feels solid. It doesn't feel like, so with the FX Wildcat, when I operate the side lever, I just feel like the linkage in the side lever is not nearly as strong and solid feeling as this gun. This gun, there's just nothing cheap about this gun. It just feels like, it doesn't feel like you could break it very easily. I can say that. There was one thing I didn't like about it. It has the pick rail on top. It comes with this pick rail here. And this is really bites up your hands when you try to hold the gun here. So you'll see a lot of guys, they'll buy these AR-15 thingamabobs here to cover the rail. I'll get to that later. That's not what I'm trying to accomplish here, is filming this rail. But they fall off now and again, and it's really annoying. I really wish they would do away with that. They probably milled out a whole bunch in preparation, so they probably won't change anything. But here they had, I think they had these older style magazines probably used to fit here. But they could probably change that up and improve their product. I'm guessing that they milled out thousands of these or something, and they're sitting on stuff and just trying to make guns out of what they already have on stock. Who knows? I don't work there. I don't know anybody from that company. I just wish that being a USA company, they wanted to stand up for the USA. They would support the product like an American-made company normally does. Some of these overseas companies are outdoing them with customer service big time. So I don't have a lot of faith in their customer service, but their engineering is good. Just can't. Maybe you have better luck with the magazines and the customer support, but I don't think I'd buy a second gun from them. I don't know how long they'll be in business. I don't have anything against them, but I can tell you that the JSAR Raptor is pretty sweet with this kind of configuration. All right, we're going to talk real brief about the scope, the ATN X-Sight 4K Pro. This is the 3-14 model. It's a pretty good scope. I think if I was shooting beyond 30 or 40 yards, I'd get the model that has more magnification power. The scope is, the operating system's simple, the buttons are great, and all the interface is good. It's really heavy, but the batteries last a very long time. I don't even know, I think they advertise more than 9 hours. This is an add-on here. I bought this from some fellow in the UK. If I can find his information, I'll put it here. But it's a 3D printed add-on, and I really like it better than what the original had because it's much larger, and I can get my thumb on that. This is for setting your parallax, and it's really hard to turn. So that extra leverage really improves the experience. This is a really good setup for night hunting, for coons and stuff. Solid piece. I really do like the footage I get. You can switch from day to night vision very easily. This is a good scope, and I have to recommend it actually. Yeah, these are my 3 main guns, and thanks for tuning into my videos. I'm on vacation for the next month. I'm hoping to get some new footage from the southeast, leaving tomorrow morning.